And I want to put on record the thanks that we all owe to the social care sector who've worked tirelessly throughout the pandemic. They've given their all in terms of commitment and very often sacrifice to see people through a time in their life where they need that care and support. And I'm sure there's nobody here that would disagree with that statement. Minister, the Rebalancing Care and Support White Paper has predicted that the demands on the services delivered by the social care sector are going to rise significantly by 2040. And we all know the reasons, and the reasons are that we're living longer, and as we live longer, when we need care, those needs are indeed more complex. And I also acknowledge that the social care workforce is facing lots of challenges. That's what the paper is all about. And one of the areas I want to focus on is staff and the recruitment of staff, because you clearly won't have a service if you don't have any staff to deliver it. And there's one figure that jumps out, and that is not a surprising figure. The majority of the staff that work there are women over 40 years of age. It is clear that when we're talking about care, we're talking about people. We're talking about people accessing care from people they very often don't know, inviting them into their homes. And that diversity is critical in terms of taking that forward. So wherever it happens within taking this forward, we have to improve both the diversity of the workforce, but the terms and conditions that the workforce work under. And one of the reasons for the shortages is indeed the poor terms and conditions, and that's again mentioned in this workforce. And I'm going to ask people here today to reflect on something that is within that report, and that is about the anxiety that individuals receiving care would feel if they don't know who is going to turn up for their care, when they're going to turn up, because the flux in the market is such that they can't be reassured. And yet we're asking those individuals to trust other people with the most intimate care at a time in their life where they feel the most vulnerable. So I think if there's one thing that I would like to see coming out of this is looking at that workforce being delivered in a way that people feel some sort of power for themselves, so that they're not always just done to.
I thank Joyce Watson very much for that important point and for emphasising the crucial nature of the workforce in this field, because, as she says, the workforce are delivering the most intimate services to very vulnerable people. It couldn't be a more important job, and I think our role in government is to do all that we can to boost that workforce, to give it confidence and to show that we recognise, the value of the work that is being done. One of the things that we've already discussed in this chamber that we are doing is to raise the wages to the real living wage, and I think that is absolutely crucial. I think the terms and conditions as well are very important, and that's where we are getting advice from the Social Care Forum that we are working with. It includes the unions, the employers and Welsh Government and other organisations. We have brought in a registration system, as she will know, for the domiciliary care workers, and we're in the process of bringing it in for the residential care workers, which again recognises the expertise that this workforce, mainly women, as she said, have, and the care and the love that they deliver it with. There is a high turnover, and that is something that does create a lot of uncertainty. So we want the job to be one that people will want to stay in. Our definition of fair work does include equality and inclusion, and that is something that the Forum is actually considering. And we have been working to raise the profile of social care through WeCare.Wales campaign, which is managed by Social Care Wales. And this shows the range of roles that are available in the social care field, and also uses case studies based on real workers, ensuring that underrepresented groups are represented as role models. And Social Care Wales also works directly with schools and employers, using these materials to try to recruit people into the sector. But the workforce is the strength of the sector, and she's absolutely right in that we have to consider what we can do to improve terms and conditions, pay, and make people want to stay.
Ac yn ola, Jane Dodds.